Shout out to the livers. Thank you for jumping on. Hey, let's go. Can we get past 74? Are they going to smash this head and shoulder on the 1 hour, or are we going to hold? This is very interesting. Did you take a shot? I did. You never know. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. And let's jump on in to Bitcoin as we see what's happening on the day. 74,200 for BTC. Let's take a look at what's happening. I jumped into a trade. I was down, but I wasn't out, folks. And I was like, oof. And it looked like they were going to come get me. And it had the vibes of this head and shoulder. How am I longing this complex head and shoulder right now? I don't know. But something is telling me to trust in the 200 moving average here on the 15-minute time frame. Even though they reset the Stokes and they didn't get me, I'm amazed by this all. And I think I may be onto something here with this call to the upside. But you never know. As price has been pumping since I showed up. Like, isn't that crazy? The second we start the stream, it starts to pump to the upside. Shout out to the beautiful lifers. Shout out to everybody out here. God bless everyone that jumped on into my stream today. I appreciate you all. You all had a chance to click the button. You did. And I'm so blessed. My deep divers. Shout out to Ralph Smart. Shout out to my deep divers. 106,200 subscribers. We're on our way, folks. We are on our way to 110. Super excited. Thank you guys so much for jumping on in and being amazing. I can't do it without each and every one of you for being here. Let me send that link to the chat. Starting to get a bump here to the upside. Bit of a double bottom. Kind of an Adam and Eve. Something brewing here for Bitcoin. Something told me to go long. Let's see if Sammy can win again. We've been nailing the live trades for you guys. I lost 2 trades in the trading group yesterday, so it's like, dang. I always can't see, I wish I could win every single one, but I did not. And then last night, I decided not to trade. Last night, we were in this chop. Looked like we were going to dump hard, and I was like, I figured it was going to be choppy all night, and I went to bed, didn't open the trade, and I was spot on. That's all that happened. Let's get some beat. This is ginger beat. Nothing like a ginger beat, baby. Ginger beat. Blessings on blessings. Can we do it? We can't do it without you, Sam. You can. Auric, I can't wait to see you today as we begin my physical therapy with one of the lifers. He's going to teach me the way. He's going to show me what to do. He's going to get me ripping and flipping. I know I'm just going to be back in action. So God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Shout out to anyone. And if anyone had any problems with MEXC, no worries, MEXC. You can easily just get your funds. They don't lock up your funds. That's all FUD. It's not true. Never happened. Okay? So, and even if you're in a non-KYC country, you tell them who you are, and they just say, okay, that's cool, but we can't let you trade now due to whatevers. And, but you can take your money and you go right on over to WEEX and trade, baby, where you have no issues, or BTCC, where you have no problems at all. Okay? So jump on in. And we're doing a BTC ROLEX giveaway too, which is pretty awesome. If you want to jump on into that, that's pretty sweet. I mean, who else is giving away 3 Rolexes? It's pretty awesome. So 3 to anyone, any of the lifers, man, anyone that jumps underneath the Crypto Lifer link. And so I greatly appreciate that. And that ends in 17 days and 13 hours. Okay. How do you do it? You just sign up to BTCC with my pinned comment, which I have right there in the chat. If I can get the chat out right here in the pinned comment, and you sign up to BTCC, it should be up there in the gray area. For some reason, mine got moved down here. I don't know why, but everyone says they see it the right way, which is great. And so you click there. You can sign up to WEEX. And if MEXC is applicable in your area, like there's many countries that many of you are in that you could trade MEXC in. Canada and United States are not one of them. So God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. So let's take a look and see what's happening here. You can get a plow ID. All right. RNS.ID. All right. I have a link to that too. So here, this morning, a little bit of a move, up and down price action. 1 minute was Chop City. All right. Told me to stay away. So I moved away from the 1 minute and I decided to do a bigger time frame. So let me take a look here what's happening on the week. Shout out to all my lifers, man. Thank you for being here. God bless everybody. All right. No, it's not for new. It's anyone who trades with that link, man. Anyone who trades on the link, just trade on the link. It's not for new signups. I'm pretty sure it's just anybody under the link, man. Yeah, just trade BTCC, throw a few trades in there between the time period, and you are entered to snatch one of those rollies, man. Pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. All right, so look at this. I mean, the weekly has broken out. I mean, you can clearly see that that's a trend line. You could say, oh, no, we extended here, but then you don't touch the trend. So, and this is why trend line is so important, understanding trend. All right, so we're going to break this down for you. We're going to show you the monthly. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff today that I think a lot of people may miss. All right, let's go over the monthly right now. Let's talk about, I actually want to see the 6-month chart. Interesting. I mean, that could start, yeah, not a lot of information there. 2-month chart. Hey, 2-month is off the 21. And look, I mean, when you're near the 21, you're pretty close to the bottom of the rally. And now you're getting a tweezer bottom on the two-month chart. So it's telling me to front run. You know, I love to front run these. So you can front run. Remember, I'm still in the monthly trade with a target at 118. I've never said that every single day, and I've been in that monthly trade for a long time. Yeah, the WEEX event is for new signups. The BTCC event for all people. WEEX is also doing something amazing. They're all hooking me up, man. They love the community. They say, hey, Sam's rocking and rolling. Let's do good things for the people that follow Sam. You know, and we have good people that work at those exchanges too that understand and know us. And so it's pretty awesome, man. But let me show you this. If you're a new user, say something happened to MXC and you got a little sour, you want to jump on over to WEEX where that won't happen. Deposit and trade to win. Grab a 3,000 USD position airdrop. All you have to do is deposit $100 and trade 1,000 USDT in futures, which is a 10x lev trade on $100. Very simple. And you will get a $3,000 position airdrop. The first 100 eligible users only. Users daily, though. But jump on in, man. Okay? Jump on in. I can't wait. So that's pretty cool, too. So, yeah, they're giving and helping out the lifers. I appreciate that. Let's take a look at the weekly, the monthly, and let's start our whole thing. So, yeah, the 2-week chart, the 2-month chart, showing signs of a tweezer bottom. And the 2-month chart doesn't play games. Every time a green candle closed next to a red one, we had a pump. We had a pump. We had a pump. Like, this doesn't fake out. Like, if this closes green, like, there's a good chance we actually do bottom. The 2-month chart, so I think that said the 2-month chart does not fake itself out here, folks. It's pretty real deal. All right? Okay? Everyone got their phones. I'm super excited. I couldn't sleep for a couple days. I was, you know what I mean? If I showed you what I was like, hey, you know. And I appreciate you all and every single one of you that supports me, man. You're my people, man. I love y'all. Like, you're my people. I would not be here without my people. So I will fight for you guys tooth and nail to the end of time. Your money is my money, straight up. Like, yeah, I act like your money is my money, and God, and when I do that, God says, hey, Sam, I see how much you care about my people that I've sent to you. And I don't, you know, I don't play games with my influence, man. I know that you people are believe in me, trust in me, and have faith in me, and I in you. So together we could do this, man. So the monthly looks good to me. The 2-month chart looks good to me. I'm still open-minded that it may not be perfect. But and another thing I told you, every single time the monthly breached any trend line with a candle, like that's a trend line, that's a trend line, that's a trend line. Every single time we've had a candle breach a trend line, it's been a bottom. It's been a bottom. So there's a good chance that we bottomed here, even though the rest of the world doesn't believe it. And again, when we bottom, nobody will believe it. I just want to let you know that. Right now, most people on Twitter say we're going lower. Everyone says bear market lows going to 40K. Even Da Vinci Jeremy, even like guys that believe in Bitcoin and think it's going to go well, they're like one more down period. And you know what? It could happen. There's a few things that have to occur for me to also jump on that perfect bandwagon. But I'm seeing some things that my subconscious mind is pointing out. It's not even my mind seeing this. The subconscious mind will show you this stuff. If you just do this over and over and over again, eventually you'll get into this pocket of time where you'll see what's happening. Let me take a look at my live trade one more time just to kind of check on it. Oh, wow, we're almost at break even now. This thing is ripping. I was down 250. So it looks like we may be able to win this trade, folks. And I longed right there. It's kind of a bit of an Adam and Eve, and I used the 200 moving average as protection. It looks like we're about to get a short squeeze here, folks. I am long, and it's looking like a pump is about to happen. Look, we just got above the 200 moving average of the 5-minute time frame. We just got above the 200 again on the 1 minute after playing games. They're playing games on me. And shout out to all my bit-funded traders. If you're out there with bit-funded, I appreciate it. I gave you 3 trades so far. Every trade hit. I am 3 for 3 on bit-funded. I haven't lost one trade. I plan on keeping that impeccable. Okay? Absolutely impeccable. Look at the 1 hour. About to blast to the upside. That's a bit of a slanted double bottom. Don't you see it? And look, they created a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, which I usually would have shorted that. Why? I didn't short it because the 15-minute 200 told me to be careful. That's a double bottom. I see us breaking out. This is the pump I was going for last night. Remember when I said we're so oversold in the 1 hour time frame? I don't understand how we didn't pump to my trading group. And I submitted to them, okay, maybe they're going to push us down, but like, man, this is beautiful. And look, it kind of resembles a bit of a cup and handle, does it not? Because you got this cup here. Am I the only one that sees this? I think you guys see this too, right? All right. Yeah, there's a Bitfunded link below all the videos if you want to jump on into Bitfunded. And we had a buy one, get one too for the lifers. So I said, hey, throw us a deal. They said, we got you, Sammy. We'll give you guys something that you can't get anywhere else, or that they ran but stopped running, but now it's running back for me. So let's go. Let's go. So I see a big long here. I just entered not too long ago too. Funny, me and CryptoFace, man, we have like, we use different indicators, but we are long 90% of the time at the same time. It's like insane. Or he's short, I'm short. It's like we see the same stuff. Because you know what it is? It doesn't matter what you're using. If you're accurate, you can see certain things that the market can teach you. All right? And it just is what it is, baby. It is what it is. Just be careful, though. Never over leverage. That's how you lose it all. Every time, you know, when I was in my beginning stages and I said, this has to be the biggest trade. I'm going to go all in here. It never was the move. It ended up hurting me pretty bad. So proper risk management is key. And what does that mean? It means just you don't break rules. You know, you don't break the rules. You and Tyler S are both Florida guys, say it's different than the 4-year cycle, and we're up from here. Bitcoin, I'd say 50 to 55K is reasonable based. I don't know what's going to happen. See, I don't do what you just did, Corey P. I show up every day and just say whatever. Yeah. You know, I'm like, whatevs, man. Like, whatever the market gives me that day, we're going to take it. Yeah, if you want to sign up to anything here, just click on any of the videos in the description below. We got it all for you there. All right. Like right here, there's a Bitfunded link. If you want to go to Bitcoin Las Vegas, folks, I highly suggest you jump on in. Hit the link to Bitcoin Vegas. I'd love to see you guys there. There's only about 12 days. So in less than 2 weeks, I'll be in Vegas. And I'm packing up my stuff, bringing the show on the road. You know how hard that is for me. And then I got to do the show at 7 in the morning, which means I got to be in bed by like 11, 12 when everyone else parties all night. Because I got to be up at 5 a.m., 5:45 to get everything ready to go. Make sure I have no issues. The price does increase in 2 days. So if you want to jump on in today, jump on in. Use the code LIFER, okay, or my link that it will put the code in for you. And get your pass, man. And jump on in, all right? And you can get a hotel bundle or a pass. Both will hook you up with the code. The code will both give you discounts there. So there you go. 549. It's going to go up to 700. So jump on in, man, in the next 2 days. If you're really thinking of going, you kind of have to make a pressing decision here. And I tell you what, right now, I know money could be tight. I know, but pay for experiences, folks. Pay to travel. Pay to go places. Pay to see the world. And I'm telling you right now, you'll look back on that experience and be like, one of the great, you'll leave with a few friends, people you know. It's going to be amazing. You'll feel like you're with family at Bitcoin Las Vegas. And I really got to reiterate that fact, man. Such a good time. Such a good time. So there we go. I'm at break even here. Nothing burger on the trade, but at least we're not down and out. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. And sometimes some trades could sit for a half a day before you make any money. There's no guarantees you're going to make money. You just got to sit patiently and wait for the outcome. When you get antsy, when you do crazy things, that's when you mess up the trade. That's when you mess up your position. You got to just let things do their thing. I know it's not easy. Most traders have a hard time doing that, but you'll get better at it over time. This is just the struggle of trading, getting to know yourself. That's really what it is. It's about getting to know yourself, folks. It's about getting to know thyself every single time. Okay. Okay, I just wanted to invite my buddy over today, if you can. I know you might be busy, and I don't want you to drop everything in your life. Don't worry, because I know you'd be like, oh, I gotta go. So I don't want you to piss anyone off in your regular life. I've done that before. I've had a friend who's like, I really like, it's my good connection friend, and like, I've dropped my whole life. I'm like, I'm gonna be there. But let me know, Ron. I sent you a text if you're out there, Underground Crypto. So, okay, we're looking at the weekly, and what I love about the weekly is that it breached the trend line. It clearly did. When that candle broke right there, we broke out. This is a breakout, folks. A lot of people that don't understand, and that's why I love what I do. I trade simple, very simple. Falling wedge breakout, that's a breakout to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here. So, okay. In the U.S., using Mexi, no problem here. Yeah, there you go. Some people have no issues. Some people do. I don't understand. You know. Hey, Sam, something interesting. Bitcoin was rejected for the 4th time by the MA100 yesterday since the last all-time high. Check out the daily chart on October 28th. Thank you. That's interesting to see. Ultra Estrada, shout out to Vegas Claw in the house. What does Vegas Claw stand for? What is the claw all about? Do you like, are you a big lobster guy? Do you like crab meat? I'm stupid, man. I love you, Vegas. I pick on you because I love you. You know that, right? You know that. I know you know that. Well, that's why you pick on me. You started it with like the Sam does this and Sam does that. And sometimes I'm like, wait, what is he doing to me? He's making me feel funny over here. Nah, I can't wait to meet you, man. You're probably like 6'10", and then like, you know what I mean? You're like 6'8", and I'm like, damn, man, he's too big. Like, I can't, like, when I see you in real life, I'm like, sorry. Nah, but seriously, God bless everybody here on the live. Yeah, I gotta bring my chair up, man. I was down a little bit too much. There we go. So the weekly looks good to me. I like what I'm seeing. Can we get the likes up to the watchers too, folks, so we get people in here? All right. Sam, you think we can see 55 to 55 last drive? Honestly, everyone is waiting to buy Bitcoin. Instead of buying the fear when it was really down and out, when the fear and greed index was at 5, people are waiting. And you know, I've talked about this before many times on my channel. You know what they call people that wait for Bitcoin's price? People that never buy. Yeah, like, or people that buy the top. You know what I'm saying? Like, they wait. Like, the best time to buy, the best time to sell is when the greed gets really high. The best time to buy is when the fear gets really low. It's really simple. I've perfected this. My emotions get high. When the fear is really low, the chart looks like it's going lower. If you go on Twitter, everyone says it's going lower. And basically, in your mind, everything's a mess. And if you go with your mind and emotions, you're basically going to be stuck. And you're not going to be able to buy. So I've learned to extrapolate my being, like whoever I am as a person, like I take it out. Like it doesn't exist. And from there, I just realized that I got to do whatever this tells me to do. So this is what happens. You start as a trader and you begin to trade and you mess up. You make a bunch of mistakes because you go with your emotions every time you make a trade. And you keep doing it and you mess up and one day you realize, dang, if I just could not listen to my emotions and if I can just listen to the indicators, I'm going to be okay. And so one day you pull your emotions off and you actually do what the indicator tells you to do. Like you long a low stochastic. And then next thing you know, the price goes up and you make money and you get out and you're like, you know what I mean? Then you deny your emotions again when your emotions say, it's going to keep going. It's going to keep going. You say, no, I'm going to take my money now and be humble. You sell. And that's the day everything changes for you. You buy on an indicator and you sell without greed. And you go, oh my gosh, I might be able to replicate this again and again. I might be able to do this more than just one time here. Okay? And then you just continue to go, man. And next thing you know, you're starting to do it. And then you go back. And so the next time you go to a trade, you go, I can't use my emotions tell me to get in. You run into the chart. No. What do the charts convey? Right? What are the charts telling me? And then you go from there. And then I use this, man, when this is at 5. So a lot of people didn't buy at 5. No offense, when we got this huge wick, because they figured, oh, we're going lower. And maybe we do go lower. I don't know if we do or not. The thing is, I am well seasoned to buy at 5. or whenever. So if we do get a massive dump, we know that fear and greed will go back to like 6 or 7 or 5 again. Like if we get this dump down to 42,000, the fear and greed is going to go back to 5. And I'm going to buy again. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm conditioned to buy the fear when it's very high. Or, fear is high is when the number's low. You know what I mean? I don't want to confuse you, but you see what I'm saying? So when the fear gets this way, you buy in. Again, I'm not a financial advisor, but I've been doing it for a long time. So this is how I buy Bitcoin, everyone. I wait for the 2-week chart to be below the dotted line on the stochastics RSI. I've been doing this for a long time, folks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times, right? We've been below the dotted line. Ever since I got into Bitcoin, right here I bought Bitcoin at the pandemic lows. I always forget this day. I turned ghost white. I lost my portfolio was the lowest it had ever been. So up here I was dang near a millionaire. I was up 800 grand. Now my portfolio was like less than 20,000. I went from being a millionaire to being a nothing burger like this. You know what I mean? And I was like, man, and what I do, I took the last, whatever I had in my account and I bought a whole Bitcoin at 3,800 there. And that ended up, next thing you know, it was worth 20 grand. And I'd made 17,000 from March 20th to January 21st. So in less than a year, I turned that 3,600 bucks, into 30, actually 10x my money in less than a year. You see what I mean? So I've been rewarded every time I've gotten the guts to buy. So that's why you saw me buy the $84,000 Bitcoin down here. Remember this? And we ripped up to 126 and I made 50 grand on the Bitcoin. Same thing here. So I'm positioned to buy. I don't know what else to do. This is what I do. I buy when the 2-week chart is below the dotted and when the fear and greed is below anywhere below 8, 9, or 10. That has always panned out for me. It's always played out. If this doesn't happen this time, fine. It'll be, it'll be a good dip though. And in the long run, anywhere between 40 and 60,000, I believe, will be a steal when you're up somewhere at $140,000 to $180,000 Bitcoin. So I don't stress it. And what if Bitcoin goes to zero? What if it's an experiment? What if it doesn't work? Well, you know what I did is I slowly diversified into real estate, into cash flow. So if Bitcoin doesn't work, if something doesn't happen, I do have, and I did a substantial amount and I balanced myself off pretty nice. So I'll survive. I won't be the happiest camper in the world, but I will survive. So I've set myself up. So, and I firmly believe that's not going to happen. And this is when I say feel and believe. I firmly believe that's not going to happen. But you never know. You never absolutely know. So we go one step, one day, one moment at a time, and we go from there. All right. So I'm telling you how I buy Bitcoin long term. And again, you'd be like, Sam, this isn't a live trade. I want to make money right now. Well, I want to teach you how I made money in the long term and how I make money in the short term, because it's both ways. A lot of these traders out here just showing you how to make money in the short term, but I'm about wealth creation over the long period of time. Wealth creation. Okay, man? Wealth creation. Then the lifers will pool together and figure it out to win. Yeah. Hey, Sam, do you use any app for staking USDT? Thank you. You can stake USDT on here on WEEX. They have a beautiful earn. All right. So if you go to your total balance here and you go to earn account, and you can earn, and you can stake USDT there. So look, say I have, I can go to flexible or fixed. I can subscribe to this. Let's see here. Staking now, and I could subscribe to any of these. You see what I'm saying? And you could stake it up. You could subscribe to Bitcoin. You could do this, and the MXC also has it too. Almost everyone does, and they look at that 8%. A max on the flexible. All right. And so yeah, you could stake, man, and you can auto earn too as well, right? You could auto earn right there. Look, yesterday's returns auto earning right now on 118, right? And look at that lifetime returns. Pretty awesome, man. All right. 1.75. That's a low, right? But in the initial, they do some cool stuff. Your first initial 200 is 100. And anyway, you could do it all over the place. But yeah, you could do it on MXC. You could do it on WEEX. They're all kind of competitive in that way now, which is really good because everyone realizes you have to offer something, man. Yeah. It pumps around. I wonder if the plays Bitcoin. People think SPX falls in the October of 2026 or so. High volume. Yeah, whatever he says is cool. I don't know. I've been watching him for years on and off. He's a good guy. I've met him a couple times. Yeah, God bless him and whatever he says. Everyone has a different take on it. So So here we go, man. A bit of a double bottom here for Bitcoin, no? And as I showed you, as long as the weekly can stay, so what we're looking for is 1 week at a time, 1 day at a time parameters, right? So we've broken out of the falling wedge as far as I'm concerned. For us to be bearish, Bitcoin has to break back below this diagonal trend line. We'll have to do a fake out and come back down inside, which could happen. I'm not saying it can. I'm never guaranteeing. I don't know what's going to happen, everyone. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Well, how'd you call the bottom, Sam? How did you call these bottoms? Because I just buy. I told you. I know when the indicators are extreme compared to the normal times, and when the odds of you winning at that point are very high. See what I'm saying? Does anyone understand this? You're not a genius. You just trade the extremes. If we're going to be that low, we got to trade the extreme, right? Shout out to the beautiful 1,000 people, man, every single time, man. I'm so amazed. And let that Google algorithm let it run in. Let's get the likes up to the watches, folks. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right. So look, I mean, we breached this trend line. Now let's kind of get into the 5-day. Same thing here. 5-day is slightly outside the trend. We are getting rejected by the 200 moving average. I'm just going to remove these for now because once I get into the deep brass tacks here, I don't want it to get too distracting with 1,000 lines. And again, I'm with this, we're still inside a bit of a bear flag here. We're on the 21-day moving average. This is a big deal. If the 5-day gets rejected by the 200 and the 21 and we start to roll over here, it's likely we're going to dump. So in the next, I'd say 10 days, we're going to know. Because about 15 days from now, I'm up here on our way to this area, or we're going to be kind of going sideways on our way to a dump. In 2 weeks, you're going to know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. It's going to tell you. The charts will tell you what's likely going to happen, folks. It's spot on, man. It is spot on. So, yeah. Oh, that's why I have that light on. Yeah, I have the light on up there. I was about to say I'm overlit a bit, but that's okay. So that's kind of what we're seeing here. And the 5-day is going to give us a good information. If you're patient enough, the macro will be revealed, you see? And you just got to look at the bigger time frames every day, because if you not, you'll forget. I used to only look at these once a week, and I didn't understand the market in its bigger context because I didn't use the bigger time frames. It took me a long time to get used to using bigger time frames. I didn't check the monthly. I didn't usually look at the weekly like I do now. That comes, I think, with becoming a seasoned trader. You start to look at the bigger time frames. How's the live trade doing? What are we doing here? And what I do is I attempt to give you these macro ideas and also give you the live trade. Oh, we're back down again. Struggling to stay up. Now it looks bearish. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder below the 200. Not going the way I was looking for. And now we're back to battling the 200 again. Look at this price action, man. It's up, down, a lot of chop. This is chop right here. I mean, they go up and it's anyone trying to level a trade. They just go after the heavy leverage people. Anyway, we'll get back into that. I might lose that puppy. I didn't risk a lot today because I risked half. I made it smaller than I normally make it. Let's get 1,000 likes. Sammy will give you money. Sorry, Sam. I'm giving it away here. It's okay, man. I love you, brother. 8 to 85K, 45K would cause max pain. Max pain for some people. I'd get excited to buy that. Yeah. He says, I have big shorts. I want it now to touch 60K. Yeah. Why did you say you sold? I never said I sold it. When did I say I sold it? I said for gains of 54,000. I never said I sold it. You just misinterpreted. I said I got it at 84. We went to 26. I said I was up 50K. Did I say I realized 50K in gains? No. I don't know why I even say this. I shouldn't even have to. I don't have to entertain that. Yeah. I don't sell Bitcoin. Yeah. I'm like Michael Saylor, man. I do not sell Bitcoin for any reason. That Bitcoin's going from my cold dead hands to my daughters. Yeah. I will not ever sell that Bitcoin. I already visioned the day that all 3 of my daughters are alive and I hand them the keys, baby. Yeah. So here we are on the 3-day chart. Don't put words in my mouth. Don't say things that aren't true. I didn't say I cashed out. I didn't say I was up 50,000. Yeah, that's a fact. 84,000. Oh, I mean, even no, 40,000. Sorry, I missed. Yeah, 84, 14, and 26. Sorry, 40,000. So look at the problem with today is that we're inside of this flag here on the daily time frame. And actually, let me make it a little tighter. We've got a trend line brewing right now. We've bounced, we've bounced, we've bounced, we've bounced. We keep seeing to bounce off this trend line. But the daily is struggling. The daily is struggling. And you can see that's an ascending triangle. Right? To me, it's an ascending triangle. Like, it's pretty flat on the top, comes up at the bottom. And I was even saying last night, it looks like we may come back down to the bottom of this key area here and get tight. The interesting thing is that we're staying above this resistance. Last night, I thought we would have dumped. We didn't. And I was like, huh. And we didn't pump either. And we're staying in limbo right now. You know, we're staying in limbo. It looks to me like you hit the top channel, you're going to come down. And then look, you could even do one of these. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. And we could dump right back down here to 66,000. So, and then, you know, that could be a giant double bottom. Like, see, we just got to take it one step, one day at a time, folks. We can't get overly emotional about any of these outcomes. If we do, then we're not going to make the right decisions. All right. All that chop because all that support, major arm wrestling going on. Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are manic with Bitcoin. Like, she loves me not looking at your girl. Yeah, exactly. It does mess with people. Yeah. And now we even have this rejection here for BTC at the top level with the wick, you know, and that's a failed wick. You would expect the next candle to be red. Based off of candle bodies, you expect this candle to be red. We were supposed to dump last night because we got the confirmation bearish close. We didn't. This candle turned into an indecision doji. It actually flipped green for a bit last night, and even this morning, right? So it was that threw me off, and that's why I didn't short. I wanted to short, but I did not short. 8 hour looks like it could hold this level above resistance. You see. If you bring this, and then you kind of bring this back up. But you can see the 8 hour is attempting maybe a possible ascending triangle that could end up breaking out. So I still got some faith that we could consolidate above resistance here, even though it doesn't look amazing. And then the 4 hour, to me, was in a falling wedge this morning. And the 21's pretty dang close to price action. And so maybe you dump a little lower to 72.9. But it's interesting. You have support and resistance here on the 4 hour. You've got the 21 pretty close. And so I'm just not ready to say that it's just not ready to give, you know, that we're just going to dump here. We could make a head and shoulder there. You see that? That's a possibility. And remember, this is playing chess. You put all the different possibilities in your head and you go for which one makes the most sense. That's what I do. I don't tend to know what's going to happen. I just know what to trade. You see, it's kind of like it sounds like an oxymoron, but if you know what I'm talking about, it makes sense. And also here, we breached this trend line as far as I'm concerned. Look, resistance. Resistance, resistance. Now you're coming on the other side for the bounce. Very precarious. And the 1 hour was very oversold last night. We expect to bounce back to the upside. And again, resistance right here. So here's my deal. If we lose this support and we barely retest, we're going to drop down. So this looks like a good place to short the market if the 21 hits like a bear flag. Right now, I'm still weary of that move. We take a look at the 15 and we're back there. Just, you know what I mean? They don't want to give up this 200 moving average. It's very interesting. And again, this is a breakout of a falling wedge, you know, that says we're going to make it back to the top of the channel. And what I also see and what I've been showing my students is like there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder, there's a shoulder, there's a head, there's a shoulder. And it does look like a complex hidden shoulder that could break somewhere down to 72,145. So it's sketchy to say the least, right? So, you know, and again, well, why didn't I short it? That 15-minute has been holding this 200 now since 3:45 of the morning. So it just been, it's been tight. It's been tight, man, on this beautiful Wednesday. And I like longs on Wednesday, technically, too. We tend to make more money on the long on Wednesday. Once you see this trend line starting to brew, and we kind of got this kind of happening here. And if that kind of consolidates nicely, we could get a break to the upside here if we stay inside this trend line. So you can see why I'm doing what I'm doing. You can see how I can be slightly confused, too. You can see how there's a few different ideas. He said it's a clear short on the 4 hour time frame. I don't know, man. You're pretty close to the 21-day moving average. I don't agree there. I don't know if it's clear. Yeah. This channel is amazing. I make you feel great watching you, Sam. You have a wonderful, positive attitude, full of wisdom and full of love for your people You're genuinely kind, and we truly love you. Thank you, the Blues guy. That's what my mom wanted for people to say. If my mom read that, which I know she did, she's up there crying, man. She's like, my son, man. God bless everyone. Everyone knows my story. I lost my parents in 2023, 7 months apart. My dad in May, my mom in November. On Thanksgiving Day, my mom had a stroke, man, and I lost one of my best friends in my whole life. But it's okay. I'm not going to cry, man. I know. And people are like, here he goes again. But it's just my story, man. And, you keep pushing, man. You don't stop. And at 41 years of age, man, I say goodbye to my mom and dad, man. I felt so young compared to a lot of people I know, but I also felt so old to a lot of other people, too. I shared my story, and many people who lost their parents even younger than me. So, are we in the green again? Wow, we're back again here, and they are playing games. So you can see if you're indecisive and emotional today, you're going to go in and out, and get yourself chopped up. If you sit calm and just sit with a plan, it looks like it could be okay. So we're going to sit calm with a plan and just let it pan out here. You're amazing, Sam. Thank you. God bless you. No, you're amazing for being nice to me. Everyone that could be nice to me shows that you have compassion and love. People that are upset, insecure, they see a guy like me shining, and all they want to do is cause some type of, I don't know. So God bless you if you're in a good spot. If you live in love, love is the strongest frequency in the world. And if you stay living in love, man, you're going to live in abundance. Yeah, so shout out to everyone that uses my link. Shout out to everyone that follows me. Shout out to anyone that supports me in any way, shape, or form. Whether it's a comment, a like, or subscribe button. It's the most amazing thing I've ever been through. So thank you. So yeah, we're saying to see if Sammy can hold on, man, and win this long. Wow, the 5-minute battling again, and then we go to the 1 minute. Yeah, and so here we are, just in chop, folks. And I may lose my trade. It's okay. It's 500 for 18. I'm not gonna get buried, but it could be a nice $1,800 win for the day too. And there's almost $2,000. Make it the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Over almost 1,200 beautiful souls here and 347 likes. I would love to get those likes up. Let's take a look at what's happening with the super chats on that fan funded. My annual subscription to the 99 expired after 2 years being together. I feel sad, just like I did when my high school crush Juanita rejected me. Needless to say, I will renewing ASAP. Blessings. God bless you. Thank you so much, man. So amazing, bro. God bless you. Thank you for jumping on in, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, and email us, man. Let us know. Email my wife, man. Say, hey, I'd like to jump back in. You never know, man. I'm just, maybe you can figure out what I'm saying. Pumping up your mentor is the same as pumping yourself up. Never forget that. Boondock Saints, I love you, man. Do you have an active position? Yes, I just told you. I have one of the monthly right now. All right. That's up $890. Right there, you can see I'm up $890. And then I got another one that I just longed right now. That's down $112. So we'll see. We will see. I'm looking for this falling wedge to break to the upside. I'm looking for this 200 to hold price action and get ourselves a move on. But it almost, it's not looking amazing. I got to be honest. It's tough. So there we have it. And it's been back and forth today, too. Today feels more like a Fed day, even though it's not. You can kind of feel tension on price action. And it's all about, until we get through this whole Iranian war stuff, it's going to be tight, man. We're in a definitely a different place compared to normal. 14 days to the next Fed day, and there's just not going to cut the rates anymore. It's so crazy, man. And I believe this will be Jerome Powell's last meeting before he's gone, right? He should be gone now after this one. In May, I believe he is gone, and then, yeah, June. So this should be his last Fed meeting. It will be a new Fed chair in June. And so sayonara to Jerome Powell. And there's definitely bipartisan behavior there. I don't care whatever anyone says. I see it, and you can say, no. Whatever, it's fine. But I see it. So, yeah, and they're not going to cut the rates, right? They're going to stay pretty flat there. It's a nothing burger. So that's one thing you want to pay attention to. And then we look at Forex Factory just for like the week ahead and see what's happening. And we got that news yesterday. We had some PPI yesterday. And it came in, very bullish in a way, as if, inflation was getting, things were actually getting cheaper, which is pretty awesome. That's bullish for the market, for the NASDAQ and the S&P, which we're going to show you. I put a long for the NASDAQ yesterday. It pumped great. out the 1 minute flag. We're going to talk about that. I don't know if it retraced overnight, but it was pumping. And so Thursday, tomorrow at 8:30, we're going to have unemployment claims. So watch out for that tomorrow at 8:30. You're going to have a data move that is going to move the markets. All right. So there you go. And so this is kind of where we stand. Price action has been flat now for the last, I don't know, 10 minutes, right? We've just been kind of sitting here at 74,000, but back above it is key. And so there's still a chance Sammy could win this trade. I put $800 in at 33x leverage. It's a $27,000 trade, basically even below half of what I normally would put at a $100,000 position. And that took me years to build up to trade $100,000 positions. It took me a long time. When I see guys trading $1 million positions, I'm always like, dang, man, like it's because if it goes wrong the one way, you're losing a lot of money. And I'm not into that. I'm into just gaining little bits as long as I don't lose. To me, that's the key. Everyone wants to be a big shot, but you know what? Big shots lose big. You know what I'm saying? Small fries that just add to the table. Eventually, you know, over time, they've done statistical analysis on this. People that take smaller wins over time end up winning bigger over time. All right. Let's take a look at what Bookmap is saying. Bookmap is saying, look, it's got liquidity on both sides, and now you got this big red at 76,000. You do have red pretty close at 73. But, man, it's telling us we could squeeze up to 76,000 and to 78,000. So there could be a surprise squeeze up here. Look at this. There's a big position up there that could get just completely annihilated. If you use markets ever, you will see the impulse of the 4 hour is pulling down. How come you don't use... Funny. Because I don't do what everyone else does, man. He's like, you see, dude, anyway, I'm not going to get into it. Yeah, God bless you. If you want to know RC more, we could have a private meeting. I just don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or put anybody down or cause any issues with people that I love, which is Jason and CryptoFace. All right. Because if I show you the indicator, I'll show you that like my indicator is the same exact indicator. So like but I don't ever want to like, you know, that's why we trade similarly. Sam, can you take a look at the CME Bitcoin? Yes, I can take a look at CME on Bitcoin too as well. Yeah. It's funny you said that because it is funny you said that. So you're telling me that, so you just told me market cipher's like short, right? But CryptoFace is long right now. So like, you see what I'm saying? So I don't know what to tell you. He's long like me. So it's so funny. Saying, can you take a look at the CME Bitcoin? It's true that we almost filled the gap, correct? Would it make sense that we fill the gap? That is 80K. Very, yeah, Fed chair says in power because the chargers are still against it. Massive cup and handle on the bigger time frames. Yeah. Any new altcoins you're like, it's like, that's like saying, hey, my buddy drives a Corvette. How come you don't? It's like, so I have to drive what he drives? You know, indicators are how you drive the market, right? I drive my car, man. They drive their car. Everyone drives their own car, man. Everyone does it differently, bro. Money flow is in the green. A move up is likely. See what he said? Yeah. So you have one guy telling me that it's bearish. The guy that created the indicator is long on it. And then someone's telling me how come I'm not short using the indicator. It's so weird, right? Makes no... See, that's why if you try to make sense of this stuff, it'll get crazy in your mind. Kind of is a symmetrical triangle when I connect that right there. Which could go either way, folks. And so we got, you know, we do have liquidity on either side. It could definitely go either way. Baker Betty Lou bought some butter, but it makes her batter butter. So Baker Betty Lou bought some better butter to make her bitter, better butter better. What the? You need more colored RSI. You gotta agree, you're funny. Just a complete comment changes the energy. I woke up in the new Yaris. That's so cool, man. Funny. Yeah. Okay, so here we go, Bo. You know, it looks like we're going to be going in this tight channel. And remember, if we lose the 200 moving average, I am more bearish. So it's all about holding this 200 right now for Bitcoin. And then the bigger picture. So not much else I could say right now at 11 o'clock. All right. How about Crochet Sammy and Gray with the Red Sox both destroying my fantasy teams with negative scores against the Twins recently? You're funny, man. Wow, they do baseball fantasy too? Pakistan committee to Iran with a message from ISA. Maybe waiting for the issue. Yeah, everyone's sitting here waiting on what's going to happen. The markets are doing that. Let's take a look at the S&P futures. SES1. All right. The E-mini. Remember, I told you we were going to continue to pump. Nobody believed me, right? I told you on Friday to look for a pump on the S&P. Right? I don't know if you guys remember this, and I even called the bottom here. I kept telling you we were going to bounce. I kept telling you nobody believed me. We're back to all-time highs again. And, you know, remember when I said we're going to bounce, and everyone said, no, this is the end. We're going to go lower. This is the beginning of 2029 depression, all this crazy stuff. And I went back to the Fed and I said, how much is the Fed injecting into the markets? You know? And that quantitative easing. And I'm going to give you an update on the quantitative easing right now, but I've been updating you this every couple of weeks now on how much the Fed is injecting into the markets. A lot of people aren't telling you this stuff. They don't really know how to get the data. They don't understand it. So they can't tell you this stuff. But look, the S&P, man, that's insane. I expected to get rejected and come back down when they're all going to go, oh, it's so bad, you know. I mean, it might fly to the upside, but I expected it's a little far for the 21 now, but it got back above the 200 moving average on the daily. The last time it breached the 200 on the daily, we got a massive move to the upside. All right. Here you go. Let me give you an update on the Fed balance sheet. And this is why I believe that gold will go up. Silver will go up. And all of it, even real estate and the stock market will go up. So here's the quantitative easing as of April 15, 2026. The Fed ended quantitative tightening on December 1st after shrinking its balance sheet for 3.5 years. We were under a tightening for 3.5 years, folks. A few days later, mid-December, they quietly started reserve management purchases, RMPs, basically buying short-term treasury bills to keep bank reserves ample and prevent liquidity squeezes in money markets. This is not classic QE, a big long bond buying to slam down yields or stimulate the economy. It's more like technical QE, QE light, modest balance sheet growth focused on short-term liquidity management. The balance sheet is $6.69 trillion as of April 8th. It was 6.5 at the end of 2025, so we already added massive amounts to the balance sheet. It's up modestly since QT ended. 90 to 124 billion in securities added through March, with small weekly gains. So they're buying securities. You understand this? 90 to 124 billion. RMP pace started at 40 billion a month in T-bills. As of late announcement, they're slowing it to 25 billion a month for the month of April to mid-May period. This matches their plan once the big April tax season reserve drain passed. They still do some reinvestment purchases, 15.5 billion on top. That breakdown, Treasury securities 15.6 week over week, almost all in bills. MBS holdings flat. They're letting those run off slowly. The Fed is still injecting liquidity via T-bill bonds, but the pace is easing now that the reserves look healthy. No sign of full-blown stimulus. Rates are set at 3.53. This keeps markets supported without going all in on easing. If you're watching for crypto markets impact, give your handle. This is slowly drip off liquidity is generally constructive, but way tamer than past QE rounds. Let me know, if you want the largest balance sheets. But it's better than quantitative tightening. And if we ever get a rate cut come September, money will flow, man, heavily back into cryptocurrency. So I want you to pay attention to this stuff. All right. I also have some key insight to share with you too, that I don't think you realize that has happened before. Something that I want to talk about. All right. So here's the deal. If war spreads, here's what happens into global markets based on the last 5 times it did it. History does not repeat exactly, but it rhymes closely enough to be useful. Look at the last 5 major conflict escalations. The Gulf War, September 11, 2003 Iran invasion, the 2014 Ukraine crisis, and the 2022 Russian invasion. A consistent sequence emerged every time. Oil spiked first, then equity sold off, then gold rallied within 30 to 60 days. Then Bitcoin, in the more recent events, followed gold higher once the initial panic settled. The pattern is not guaranteed, but it gives you a framework to work from instead of reacting emotionally. Here's the practical step. Before the next escalation headline hits, have your watch list already set. Oil, DXY, gold, and Bitcoin. Know which direction each one historically moves in the first 30 days of a conflict spike. When the news breaks, you will not be panicking. You'll be watching for numbers you already understand. You see what I'm saying? And this stuff follows, once we get that initial punch in gold, 30 to 60 days, I mean, people take their initial gains, and then where do they go? It goes into another scarce asset, into BTC. So I've seen this many times before, Definitely something to pay attention to. All right. So not much to talk about here. Bitcoin kind of in tight price action, just sitting tight. I'm looking for a breakout. I'm looking for this falling wedge to break to the upside. I've been in the trade for about 2 hours now. It's been up, it's been down, it's been up, it's been down. We're just sitting tight, waiting for the next big move. Okay. We'll give you the newest on the Iran war news too as well. And we'll get the latest Trump-Iran news for you, too. Let's look to see if there's any coins that are popping. RAVE continued to do damage. DEXY, I gave you DEXY at 350. I told you DEXY to watch it. I keep talking about it. I've gone over it many, many times. No one else has given this call. I gave you DEXY at 350. It's now at $12.34. This is proven in the Discord. And I go over DEXY once a week and talk about it with you guys. It's the only altcoin I've really been hot on for a long time now. And that's basically a little under a 4X for DEXY. You can see when I first gave you DEXY at the beginning of March. All right. And even, Davies on it. But here I am here, 317 showing you DEXY when it was at $5. And I even gave it before there at 350. Right here, still holding structure on 3.7, showing you this thing was about to break out. Okay. I got a stream, man. Just text me this stuff. God bless you. Thank you. Okay, beautiful move. Though I don't mean to be rude to my wife, but I get in such a channeled place in my brain. Once I get taken out of it, sometimes I lose it completely, and I don't want to do that today. I'm really locked in right now. Okay, so and here's the latest Trump news as well. Latest, President Trump is signaling a short U.S.-Iran war is winding down fast. He told reporters at Fox Business today that the conflict is very close to over, and a new round of peace talks with Iran could start within the next 1 to 2 days. After the U.S. strikes Operation Epic Fury in a fragile 2-week ceasefire that began around April 7th to the 8th, direct talks in Islamabad over the week failed to produce a deal. The U.S. imposed a naval blockade on Iranian ports in the Strait of Hormuz on April 13th. Trump said it now is fully implemented, and he is permanently opening the strait, claiming it's also for China and the world. He also warned Iran fast attack boats will be eliminated if they test it. Some Iran-linked tankers have still slipped through so far. Trump's stance, he remains firm. Iran will not have nuclear weapons and says Iran has reached out wanting a deal. No nuclear blackmail allowed. Oil prices stabilized today on optimism on a lasting ceasefire deal is close. Energy traders are watching closely for any breakthrough in the next 48 hours. Iran has pushed back with threats to the Red Sea and the Gulf trade. Viral AI memes mocking the situation, but the tone for the White House is clearly de-escalation focus. This is moving extremely fast. The blockade is only a couple days old, and talks could restart any minute. If you want the direct, quote, oil price chart, how it lines up with energy and price, just say the word. Word. Look at that. Funny, right? And get those agents ripping there on Supergrok. So there we go. And now, look, we're kind of stumbling and mumbling again here. We might come back to the bottom of the channel before we break out. I'm down 145. The trade's not panning out here. It's tight. It does look like it could be a shoulder. Look, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. I'm with you on that. I don't have tons of faith in the long. I'm just taking a shot today. It's not one of my days where I'm like, dude, like yesterday, man, I called that nice call the last few days. Today's iffy. Something weird about today. It's like, technically, I almost feel like I should have a head short position here with a stop on the other side of the right shoulder, because if they take it down, I mean, you can clearly see the measured move will be here. Shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. And I'll take a look at the chat here and see what's happening, and I'm going to set a poll in. Are you long or short? I'd like to know. Are you long or short? And then that option, neither. Neither. Long, short, or neither. Start the poll. Let me know. See what you people are doing out here. Some of you in my group, some of you aren't. Some of you just jumped on in. Some of you are traders from another world. We don't know. Yeah, exactly. The bear moon will be appearing end of this week. Funny. I'm one leg down for today as we see the whole range today and tomorrow. Sam, I'm on one leg down for today. Yeah. Sam, are you considering we broke the falling wedge of the daily time frame? Are you inside? No, it looks like... Oh, that's a good question. Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. Yeah, 100%. Mike Tyson, baby. Sam, please take a look at the 3-hour chart. Thank you. 3-hour looks okay. I like it. It looks like it's going to make a bear flag and bounce off the 21, right? 3-hour looks nice to me. Like it could bounce a bull flag, I mean. Bounce off the 21-day moving average and get a move. I'll clean it up for you maybe on another time frame, but I'll use another chart. Someone asked about the CME too as well. So, okay, 49% are long, 25% are short, 27% are neither. I could see that, man. I could see how I could not do anything, you know. I'm staying out of this chop for now. Yeah, waiting for a cleaner setup. Yeah. Shout out to Reliable J out here in the game. Shout out to Crypto Billy in the game. Shout out to Stas, Boom Down Saints. You know, exactly. Okay. So there we stand. I don't know, man. It's looking like it's going to fall off again. I have to be honest. It's not looking amazing. Not at all. Not at all. Right? But we're still hugging that 200 moving average. Every time we go to break it, the bots seem to buy in here and keep it fighting. Let me go look at, I'm going to look at a different chart just because I like to kind of get my mind clear and see if I see anything different. Yeah, just we're in this tight symmetrical. We're in a symmetrical triangle. These do mainly break down. I have to say that. They mainly break to the downside, but it could go 50-50. We have liquidity on either side as well for Bitcoin. It is what it is, right? 1 minute, 30 seconds suggested dump. No place but with the lifers. Rave Song Records, thank you for being here, man. Can't wait to see you in Vegas. It's going to be awesome. Yeah. So honestly, this could go 50-50. They mainly do break down. I wouldn't be surprised if they keep up the shenanigans another hour or two and keep it tight. And we don't know what's happening with the, what they're going to say too. It's going to create it creates a lot of tension. They hold the big short 73, but don't want to pump it yet. So they destroy the 100x leverage guys. Yeah, that's why I'm not heavy leverage right now. I'm 33x leverage on a bigger time frame because I know not to be, not to be crazy here. It'd be so great if they get a massive pump during the end of the stream and I get to call out that big bump. Anything could happen. I'm excited. Hey, at least I'm taking a shot. All right. Trump exact words, I think it's close to over. Yeah, I mean, I view it very close. We beat them militarily, totally. I've uploaded the stakes right now. It would take them 20 years to rebuild that country. And we're not finished. I think they want to make a deal very badly. Our new talks could restart within the next 1 to 2 days. He also told reporters the blockade of Iran is now fully implemented. And he's permanently opening it for the world. Shout out to China. U.S. Central Command say 6 ships already turned around in the first hours. No Iranian-linked vessels have been broken through yet, per official statement. So he's saying, hey, China, we'll let you get that oil. We don't want to get you too pissed. You know what I mean? So, and yeah, we're doing 3 Rolexes to lucky winners. Use my link and trade. No volume requirement. Just trade. 22 days left to toss and your user ID. I mean, that's just like a no-brainer, right? And with US Tether, it's so simple. It's fast and easy. And you can use US Tether on Tron, on the TRC network. And it goes by very fast. This guy, Nick Carter, tells Bloomberg he does not believe Adam Beck is Satoshi, but then goes to name another developer he expects instead. Who does he say it is?
I don't think really anyone in Bitcoin thinks it's Adam. Adam is a legendary cypherpunk and invented Hashcash, which was a precursor to Bitcoin. Adam made his own real contributions to Bitcoin, but the evidence doesn't seem to really attempts underway to actually determine who Satoshi was. There's a documentary coming out in about a week called Finding Satoshi. I'm not affiliated with it. I just happened to see a script. If I had to guess, I don't think it's sort of considered impolite to guess, but
go ahead. Well, you can be impolite.
I think it was Hal Finney, man.
You're not meant to because you don't want to, bring it too much attention to
Does he not do it? Was this clickbait?
A lot of people that I know think it's this programmer called Len Sassaman who worked on.
Len Sassaman. All right. Len Sassaman. I honestly personally don't want people to know who created it either. You know what I mean? So almost as inappropriate as Fred Krueger, man. And then Fred and my buddy Grant Cardone were going at it, man. So crazy, man. He blocked Grant on Twitter so far. Man, this stuff goes on out here is insane. Absolutely insane. I always pray for people like this, man. I hope you're doing all right. My goodness. Are you buying assets today or are you going to be sidelined when the markets finally rip? Funny, right? So is the S&P about to go on a massive tear and just continue to rip? I believe this rising wedge is going to break back down, and you're going to get the bears out there again. I'll look at the S&P on a bigger time frame for us, and we'll reassess the situation. Here we go. We got to bounce back off the 200 yet again, folks. This is insane chop right now. They're just chopping price action, and we're going to get tighter inside the end of this candle, you know, inside the end of this channel. That's what's happening today. I'm giving you the sauce. And you can see we could go either way. We could liquidate down to 73,000. We could liquidate up to 76. We have enough liquidity on either side of the board. And I see that a lot whenever I see a symmetrical triangle. I'll see red on either side. I'll see a beautiful bull flag. I'll see only red at the top. You know what I mean? Yeah. Now, John McAfee is definitely not Satoshi. Yeah. It would be funny, though, if he always, like, you know, but it's definitely not him. Yeah. No. He definitely knows who it was, though. You know what I mean? In some way, shape, or form, or kind of revealed or was pretty close about it. And I think he even talked about it being Len Sussman. Anyway, I don't want to say it. Right now, I'm being as rude as the other guy, right? Funny, gain for a living, finally getting a bit of a bounce out of nowhere. A lot of little altcoins getting some type of movement here, but nothing crazy. Let's take a look at RAVE. You guys were raving about RAVE. It made a lot of people. It made some people multimillionaires, let's be honest. It was 30 cents and it went to $12. If you just chuck some money in there and walked away and never looked at it again, you're up a beautiful 24x, right? Because, yeah, you're up 4 times. At 24 cents, it went up 4 times in $1. No, 12 times more. You're up 48x. And it went up a 60x in high at 19. RAVE, man. So crazy. And again, it was going to continue to pump. Highly unlikely when you get that high. Like, it's just like, you look at the daily now, and you're just too far away from the 21-day moving average. I feel like this has to come down. And I've seen this with Zcash. I've seen this with everything that had a massive pump, whether it had utility or not. Had to come back down, right? And so, hey, Sam, AAVE seems to be bottom on the weekly. Looking for a huge move in the following weeks. You know, well, let's keep him safe and let's hope that, you know. It's crazy, though, to find out that we might actually know who Satoshi is now after all of it. Yeah, so I would look for RAVE to come all the way back down to the 618, even the 786. If it's super bullish and people really like it, they'll buy it up and they'll give you a chance to get back in at 15 and then it could rip again. But I'd be getting out of this, you know. Can you look at MAGMA? Let's take a look at MAGMA. Thank you for the super chat. That's super nice of you. This channel used to, when we get to a bull run again, the channel changes to almost all super chats. People going crazy. You know, MAGMA looks interesting. I like the consolidation. But to me, it's kind of symmetrical. Like it could go either way. The daily's a little far. I do like what you're seeing. I think you're onto something here. Let's take a look at the 4 and the 8 hour. You know, it's doing the do. It's consolidating with the 21 above the 200. You've learned from me very well, my son. And it's looking pretty nice. Probably older than me. But it's looking pretty good, bro. The only thing I don't love is that daily and the 2-day. A little far from the 21-day moving average, but it is starting to kind of coil out of there. The daily's a little far for the 21, but it is looking pretty nice, and that's a bullish engulfing candle. I like the 8 hour. I like the 4 hour time frame. MAGMA looks like it could do some damage. MAGMA Finance. I don't know anything about it. I don't know much. It is on MEXC. It is applicable in other areas, but man. Yeah. I have zero patience on chop solidations. Yeah, no, right. This is a hard chop solidation, yeah. PDT rule changed. Yeah, it's awesome. They changed the rules, man. It's awesome. You don't have to have $25,000 to be a day trader anymore in the regular stock market. That's a big deal. It's going to really open it up for a lot of new people to jump on in. If you can get a minute, can you look at Turbo above the 11-hour 200 moving average? Boomdock Saint. We'll take a look at Turbo for you. Thank you so much. This looks interesting to me. Let me take a look at the market cap, though, and see how big it really is. But wow, man, my call for Dexy just continues to rip. I'm so excited to see that. I actually pulled off a big winner there. Hype back to 44. I like it. If anything's going to get big, it's hype. And what will happen is if we do get a bottom, this is what I've noticed. Whenever we've gotten a bottom, the first thing that happens is the big boys know it's a bottom because they know where all the money's at, right? So they start putting their money into AAVE early. This is what I've learned. Every bottom, AAVE has been the one that like kind of told me we had bottom. AAVE will pump. You say, how? Why? Because the big boys want to get in on allocation early. Like, if you can start staking at the beginning of a bear market, you can make the most money. Then you can take your stake out and bang, right? Morning, Sam. Top frame looks, I get in the loop of looking at everything. Maybe I need 3 solid time frames. Top time frames to look at is the daily, the 4 hour, and the 1 hour. That's going to give you the most impressions of what's going to happen throughout the day, in my humble opinion. Let's take a look at MAGMA Finance here and see what's happening to MAGMA. 20 cent. And it's got a $47 million market cap, 38 million, 190 in the supply, total supply 1 billion. So only 1/5 of the supply is out. Just to, let you know, it could get dumped on at one point. It has a SWE address, which is cool. It's SWE. So that lets me know it can move fast, right? Is a decentralized non-custodial protocol built on the SWE blockchain. The protocol includes AI-driven adaptive liquidity market maker, an AAVE, and designed to address the endemic challenges of capital inefficiency and liquidity fragmentation. SWE decentralized finance ecosystem, MAGMA Finance core developer. I'm seeing DeFi pick up a little bit. We know SWE is fast. If AAVE pumps, you could see this pump. High risk right now with alts, but this is the lowest of the high risk as far as I'm concerned. I like this. I think you're onto something. I'm actually going to include this as an alert to my group. This could do some damage. I would not be surprised if it hit 37 cents. I really wouldn't. I would add this to the radar, folks, and I would pay attention to this. Thank you for the super chat. You're like on point. Remember, a lot of you people hook it up with the gains, man. It's not just me. This is a community effort every single day that makes this happen. Very, very awesome. Very amazing. S&P about to break all-time high. Isn't that amazing? And they were bugging out the other day. And if you watched me, I said no. I said no. You can actually see me from earlier this week. You got to watch my macro technical analysis video that I put out every Friday. Because it really breaks down what I see happening on the macro so you don't get caught up. And you can watch it both the last few weeks too. And even 2 weeks ago, I'm telling you that I see a move in the S&P. Let's take a look at what I said for the S&P on Friday, just 5-6 days ago now. Technical analysis video that goes over John last week, and I told you when we get here next week, expect us to be higher. I did it again. Well, I did it again. I called the bottom of the S&P. The whole world said we're going lower. Said stocks have hit highs. This is the end. And I said no, that doesn't make any sense. I said they're injecting so much money from the Fed, and I kept telling that on my channel. And I kept talking about the Fed injecting money. I said this doesn't make any sense. I see this going higher. I've been doing this for so long. I got an instinct for it. And I could see the S&P going higher. The only thing now I see is the S&P coming up here, and then it's likely going to retrace. And it's going to make this flag. So a couple more pumpage by the time next week. I called that exact move. I told you exactly what's going to happen on Friday. Anyway, it is what it is. No worries. I don't want to toot my own horn. My mother was never a fan of it, and neither was my father. They always want to remain humble, right? Look, no rolly, man. No rolly. You always want me to remain humble, man. And that's what I will do. And that's what I will continue to do. I'll become, and that's, being humble is the highest frequency. And I want to live in the highest frequency. I don't want to be low frequency. So, wow, they've really just shut down price action right now. Like, you can't make money when the price doesn't move. You'd have to scale up the very small time frames with very high leverage to pull any money out of the market right now. So you'd have to be extreme, and that breaks my risk management. So I'd have to be extremely risky now to pull off a win, and I'm not going to be doing that. I'm going to wait for my strategies that make the most sense to give me the entry. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm going to be doing. So this is kind of where we stand here as we wait on some news possibly, and we wait for the charts to kind of get a move on. MAGMA looks good, man. Thank you so much. And I think we had another super chat in there, if I remember correctly here. Let's take a look at the fan funding. Can you look at Magma? If you get 1 minute, can you look at Turbo? Yep. Can you look at HUSDT? You're the best, Sammy. Leon Day Trader. Let's take a look at HUSDT. Music's a little loud, right? Humanity on MEXC. Let's take a look. So Humanity, I see what you're doing there. Same thing. The 4-hour has breached the 200 moving average. We're getting tight. I love y'all, man. You guys know. You're like, there's Sam Sauce again. That looks like it could boom to the upside. That looks like it's about to explode, honestly. Like you may have caught a bottom here. Now, if Bitcoin takes a dump, does it affect Humanity? It may. But this is what I do, man. You're spot on again. And I would watch Humanity. It's just above the 200. It's doing what it does. Thank you so much, bro. I love you guys. You people are awesome. I'm putting that to the trading group. Like, I like that. Like, my mind in my... That's what I go for. Let's take a look at the daily. Yeah, the daily could rip up to the 200 moving average. The 10-hour looks good. The 4 hours above. The 1 hour looks like it could do some damage. It may come back down to the bottom of the trend line one more time. Like, we may get this. So if I was going to enter, the stop loss would have to be somewhere below here. Enter here or enter there. Stop loss below there. But that looks like it could, man, really moon. What I'll do is I'll put an alert right here. And why do I put alerts? I put a vertical line. I right-click the alert because price action has to go right. So, because if you put it on a line, it may never hit that line. Like, what if I put a line right here and I put an alert on it and it just never hits it? I'll never get an alert. This guarantees I'll get an alert. That's why I do vertical alerts. No one else does this. I'm one of the only people that does it, but I put vertical alerts, man. Right? Because I'd love to get the price at the best possible price. And the only way to do that is, I don't want to stare at it all day, is to use an alert system. Okay? Someone asked about AAVE too. I want to take a look at what's happening here to AAVE. AAVE always makes me think of Ave Maria. Ave Maria. Dude, look at that inverted head and shoulder on AAVE. And AAVE just took a big rip to the upside. That means people believe that we've bottomed in Bitcoin. So they're starting to position themselves in DeFi. Do you understand? I've learned this the hard way. And I've learned that AAVE is the key. AAVE is like a secret little, it's a secret little secret sauce. And look at AAVE in this giant double bottom. Cup and handle. Feel like AAVE has, that's it. It's like because what people do, they stake on AAVE. And they use institutional staking. It's big money. It's like the safest place to earn, in my humble opinion. It's like the real deal. Been around a long time. Never had any big exploits. Like, they've been on point. So, yeah, I mean, I could see that as a great place to begin to DCA into AAVE. It's one of the only things that I believe in as a coin right now. I like AAVE. I like Aster. I like, I do like Hyperliquid. I think it's so slow. It might take a long time to get to 80. But hey, it was at 20. If you bought Hyperliquid in the bearish market 4 or 5 months ago, you did double your money so far. So I'm not completely against all altcoins, folks. I still hold a bag of them. I still hold a large selection of altcoins, to be honest. I still hold dang near 500 to 600 grand in altcoins. Maybe even more when I really look at it all. Maybe about 800 grand, which is crazy, the fact that I still hold that much. And you can only imagine how much my portfolio was up when altcoins were ripping. So into the millions and millions of dollars. It's kind of crazy. So believe me, I've lost millions of dollars in unrealized gains in the last year. It's okay. I don't care about money. I never made money my priority. So therefore, it doesn't fully affect me. You see what I'm saying? God, I look at how God raised me, and he raised me in so many cool ways. He raised me with the night shift, and again, I raised myself. I went through ups and downs, but things happened, and God showed me so many lessons. He said, one day I'm going to make you a powerful, influential man. But first, I'm going to bring you to your knees because I want to make sure you are humbled before I give you that power. Because I don't want to give you that power, give yourself a YouTube channel and the ability to influence people until I brought you back down to, back down to earth here. So I went through a lot of trials and tribulations, and I believe God was just, polishing me and getting me ready for this idea. Remember, I gave you the Tesla call. I kept talking about Tesla. I said, I like Tesla here. One of the few stocks that I felt like buying, right? And I felt like it was going to bounce right there off the trend line. We gave you the call, 367. And there's Tesla. I think Tesla is a buy right now in the long term. I've been saying it for a long time. You do whatever makes you happy, but I believe Tesla is a buy long term here. And it's going to head all the way back up to $929. They're going to print money to zero. All right? We're going to get infrastructure. The United States is going to explode when we rebuild Iran. Don't you understand? They destroyed it just so they can rebuild it. It's so crazy. Like, we're going to make money rebuilding Iran. This is nuts, but that's what's going to happen. I know you don't believe me. But this is all part of the plan. If the military industrial complex always wins, folks. You know that. I know that. They have the cards, man. So you're going to see Halliburton. You're going to see people in there. You're going to see infrastructure. You're going to see buildings. You're going to see all sorts of craziness. You know? Look, this is I know it's hard for you to see this, but this is a cup and handle, folks. There's the cup. There's the handle. Tesla's about to explode. Look at the oversold stochastic. Perfect place to get into Tesla right now, as far as I'm concerned. And at that 350, 367 area, I've had a call for Tesla in the group for a while. And this isn't something I post every single day. It's a long-term, it's something you got to hold for maybe a year or two, right? And again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do with your money. I believe by the technical analysis that Tesla could do some damage here. Okay? All right. I love that. The gate at my community, like I get literally a call from the gate to my phone. I can see the person through the camera, and then they can see me, and then I can like decide. I just let someone. It's so crazy, man. I let someone in the gate. We need worldwide collaboration. This is exactly Sam. They blew it up to build it back 100%. I like this guy, Samo. He doesn't understand that they control it all, man. Tesla to 8K by 2032. Let's go. It could definitely go there. I could see Tesla at 8. It's the next Amazon, man. And remember, you could buy Tesla back at $20, man. So I like Tesla right now. I think it's a buy. I like Bitcoin too, though. I think Bitcoin's the better buy. It's the more depressed asset, but we might even get a better chance. I don't think you may get a better chance to buy Tesla. So, again, you do whatever makes you happy. And it's hard. Should I buy Tesla? Should I buy Bitcoin? It's like diversification, I guess. But I'm all about really like Crypto Billy. Could you buy Tesla or is it all Bitcoin? Bitcoin getting a massive dump here to the downside. That right shoulder just took us down. And there I am down 291 there. And it looks like I should, now that's a right shoulder that I feel like I should just take the low on. Now my idea is done, so I'm cooked. I'm going to put my stop loss there and take a loss. Because we lost the 200 moving average, right? Which is the whole reason why I wouldn't be in the trade anymore. Wow. Yep, so the symmetrical triangle took the beat down. We fell to the downside there, 73,650. I don't know if we got news or anything happened or something happened with this trade. I don't know what it was. Yeah. I don't know what happened there. So apparently something crazy happened. Siri, Google the Crypto Lifer. Hey, Google, search CryptoLifer.com. Siri, go to CryptoLifer.com. I get everyone's phone to go to my website. It's such a smart idea. I figured this out the other day. Siri, go to CryptoLifer.com. Gotcha. How many people did I get just now? Right? How many people did I get? Look, I didn't get stopped out yet. Like I raised it right there, but somehow I'm still in the trade. And I love, see, when you don't over risk, you could kind of handle the trade with not a lot of stress, man. Only $13 at fees. That's nothing. Like now I have to decide whether I want to take the bigger short and get a payday, or they're just playing games right now. Right? Not this again. So I'm going to do it every day now on the show. Every day I'm going to do it. Hey, Google, go to CryptoLifer.com. Siri, go to CryptoLifer.com. I see what you're doing there. I figured this out the other day and it worked. I'm like, I gamed the system. You know what I mean? I got all your stay. I'll get your Alexa, go to CryptoLifer.com. It's so funny, man. Anyway, so we took the look at shoulder head. That's a complex head and shoulder, folks. I feel like I have to short it now. I don't have a choice at this point. So here's the deal. I got to short the right shoulder, right? And take this puppy down. Says we're headed back to 71,500, right? It's a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I got to get this one out of here. I mean, we lost the 200 moving average. It could be a stop hunt and a double bottom off support. You see that? Let's take a look at the 5. Yep, we lost the 200 moving average in the time frames. We made it a descending triangle here, see? If I was watching the 1 minute, I would have seen it, but that's a descender. You can clearly see that's a descending triangle. And then we dump to the downside base of this. And there you have it, man. I use IMM so you don't get me. You're funny. Ready for the dumpy. Double down. I never use Siri. You're funny. Just putting in log scale. High previous resistance. Hoping for a small bounce to the upside. It was a nasty move down. Let's see. Let's see. But I'll go back to that 15. I mean, the 15 minute is telling me that a short is likely here to the downside. All right. It's telling me I'm going to miss out if I don't jump in on that short. Still crazy I didn't take the L yet on the long either. It's going to come for me. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get taken out, though. Like, the odds are just too high. It's crazy if I end up winning this long. It would be nuts if I win the long, right? I don't see it. To me, I don't see it. It could be coming back to the bottom of the range of the falling wedge. Like, it could be something like this, but I see that as the right shoulder, you know, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder. Wow, I'm so weary to short it, though. I don't know why. Something's got me, something's telling me just to be careful. Could get wrecked both ways. You know, nothing like losing a long and a short at the same time. Let me at least see what the short's telling me. Now it's a 2-to-1 risk-reward ratio, too. Not even a 3-to-1 unless I got to get all the way down to like 71,000. So the take profit is 71,057. My stop would be at 74,289. And Face was in a big one. That means, I mean, he's going to take a big... If I take 250, he's got to be down way worse than me. Sammy, can you see if there's still spots open for the week's promo? Also, I'm interested to learn more about the juices you drink in the morning, the ginger beets, etc. What sea salt do you use? Thank you. And shout out to AZ Welding Co. Funny, man, I put this here for you today. This guy made this. This guy made this for me. This is insane. This is like real, like this is 3-dimensional. The B is bolted to the back, so the B is like a real bolt. You can tell he really did a really good job. Looks like he get primed it, and oh man, this thing is sick, right? So I've got a real Bitcoin sign here from AZ Welding Club, right? It's the coolest thing ever, man. Thank you so much, bro. And if you guys go to AZ Welding Hub, A with 2 B's, go to AZ Welding Hub. He'll make you anything custom, man. And you can see the guy's unbelievable. AZWeldingHub.com. This guy's the best, bro. He spent so much time on this. He really curated it. He showed me the process. And he'll make you some... I'd like something like this, dude. I think we should talk. I'd like something cool, like in my house, like something interesting. You know what I mean? Look at this metal art, dude. The guy's amazing. He'll make you metal doors, too. Look, you know, help out any, you know, make Scorpion Ranch, repair. Look, there's the Bitcoin sign right there, man. So cool, bro. Unbelievable. Contact him, AZ Welding Hub. The guy is a grinder, man. He turned his welding into an amazing way to make extra cash on his art, which is super smart. All right. Here's the deal, man. You're at, you have this resistance, and you're right there. So if you short this, you're kind of shorting some resistance, which is, you know, it's effectively got me wondering. One of those days where maybe you do nothing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still in the long. They didn't take me out yet, which is so odd. I moved my stop loss to purposely get stopped out, and I still didn't get stopped out. What would I risk if I decided to jump in? 72,890, right? 89. Stop loss at 74, 289. Sorry about that. Oh, no, it's 569. Sorry. 430 for 1,000 if we get to 71. And again, that would be basically a $2,000 move, roughly. I like to make what Bitcoin makes if I can do that. So I'd make $2,000 of the short. I'd have to risk 800, 800 for 2,400. It's not a bad trade. It is a 3-to-1. 8 times 3 is 24. Bouncing off support right now. Let's take a look. Very oversold in the 5-minute time frame. What I'll do is now, if the 5-minute makes a bear flag, that tells us that we can short the 15. You know what I mean? Oh, I can short. But if the 5-minute jumps back up to the upside, we do nothing. So I wait for this 5-minute. If it makes a bear flag, it'll tell me to short the bigger time frame. If it rips right back up, then we know we're still stuck in chop. So the 5-minute will be my guide to shorting the 1 hour or the 50-minute. You get it? And I already have it planned out. So if this ends up being a bear flag, I'm going to take the short. If it doesn't, I'm not going to take the short. So like I can see, you know, any moment we get some crazy news for the war and then this thing just goes right back up and then it's going to be a rippage. I can't believe I'm still in the long. I find that fascinating right now that I'm still inside this long. We got any glass blowers in the chat? I want a piece made. Yeah, I got a guy for you. I got a guy for you. I'll email it to you, man. My man, Bits or something. Yeah, Alchemist AI making a quick short squeeze. That's interesting. I still own that coin. Yeah. Someone says 75, 200 incoming. Interesting. Gonna wait for the 4-hour candle close, somebody says. Let's take a look at that, what you're saying there. So just take a look at candle bodies, delete everything else. Let's just look at it like completely clean. And my 4-hour time frame. I mean, technically a bearish close, but it's above support or resistance. Technically a bit of a flag, right? It's kind of a cup and handle there too. Like it's weird. And then you got this. It's almost like you could be making a rising wedge here. See this? And you might bounce to the top of the range before you take a dump. Really need the moving averages. Yeah, the 21's just too close. The 21 is so close to price action, it's telling me that the 4-hour can pump. When the 4 hours above the 200, touching the 21, I could see a pump here, and it looks like a cup and handle to me. Very, very interesting. We might have 12 hours of just this. And then we break out and pump. I could see something like that. Like we have 12 hours to go more sideways inside the falling wedge. And then we break out and pump back to the top of the range. Right? Just lost a long trade, my first trade with the group. That's awesome, man. It's kind of like getting, it's kind of like, crap 7 on the second roll. Like, you'll be all right. Yeah. I lost my first trade. Hey, it happens, man. I'm not perfect. I never said I was. So, and this is some of the tough. Don't judge me in this in the toughest price action. We'll do good, but like, and we've done good all week, man. We've actually made a boatload of money for the last 2 weeks. So there's really no complaints here. And look, I mean, I didn't lose the trade, so you didn't do what I did. You did something different. And I'm live showing you exactly what I'm doing. It's hard to replicate everybody's trading style, though. I get it. So already negating the fact that we could make the bear flag, already showing signs of a bounce back to the upside. Imagine I show an $1,800 gain later on. I mean, that's what can happen. See, if you don't get emotional and you just trade what you see. See, I'm not getting crazy about being up or down. I'm not letting it get to me. I'm just letting it play out here. Yeah, welcome to AZ1. Can I take your order? Right, bullish divergence on the 5 on Sam 5 minutes. Thank you. Do you have any videos in the Discord about how to draw bear and bull flags? I struggle to know when to start to draw them. Thank you. We do, but it's also something you got to practice over time. You're just going to get better at it if you keep doing it. You got to chart more, because if you chart more, you'll end up drawing the bear and bullish flags. This has been a very difficult day because shoulder, head, shoulder said that the complex head and shoulder would dump. Falling wedge said we would pump, and then we played games on the 200 moving average of the 15-minute for the last 2 hours. So this has been tough, folks. Look at this chop. Up and down, up and down, up and down. That was an M pattern. Tried to dump. And we got the, you know. I could still kind of consider the fact that this could come down. And some people just have a knack for it. Like, you'll have a knack for pattern trading. You'll have a knack for building the pattern. You'll get better at this over time. Everyone, I was not good at technical analysis or even presenting it the way I present it online. Even this is a skill. Just being able to present it online without... I see other people do TA, and like by the time they get one thing done, it's been 10 minutes. You know what I mean? They can't serve as super chats. They can't get it in. They can't show people insight as fast as we do here. Lost, not blown. That means you're still in the game 100%. Yeah. Exactly. My man. You know what? I'm going to buy two, man. I'm going to buy a bunch, bro. I want to buy a bunch of Tesla, man. I just think it's going to be the future, bro. And I could diversify a little bit, right? And, you know, and have some money in the stock market. So I'm going to slowly DCA into Tesla. I'll show my trading group kind of what I do. And I'll show you what platform I use and all that. Because there's only one platform I use to buy stocks. And I want to get the link out and all that. And maybe I'll buy Tesla live tomorrow. But I think I'm going to be buying it in the trading group today. So pay attention, folks. All right? Pay attention. So look, I mean, this looks interesting, doesn't it? I could see this higher low pushing up. And we could head up to $79,000 BTC, folks. I could see it happen. There's a bit of an Adam and Eve. This is a double bottom. We're just kind of playing games here with the support of resistance. And look, I'm still inside the trade, man. It's not over till you lose. It's just that simple. It's not over till you lose or win, right? I could keep that out there too. Shout out to my lovers of life and everybody out there. Are you living in love? Are you pushing up your frequency every day? Are you hanging around people that talk positively to you? You know, today something happened and I bit the bullet. I have a beautiful driveway with really nice bell guard. It's a brick driveway. My entire driveway is brick, which makes it really pretty and beautiful. Very hard to maintain, right? You got to always have it sealed. People have to come check it out. And today my wife comes in and she goes, I spilled olive oil all over the driveway. And I'm like, and I didn't want to yell at her, man, because what was that going to do? You know, she already seemed to be kind of in a mood. I didn't want to piss her off, right? And I was like, man, I went on Grok and it said to put the baking soda and all this, but like, I don't know, man, it's a big stain. It's like 5 foot in diameter. She said she pulled it out the car and it just fell out the bag. And we buy high-end olive oil too, so that's like $130 worth of olive oil. You know what I mean? And I tell her, man, just slow down when you do stuff. And also, when I'm at the store and I feel the bag is heavy, I double bag it. You know what I mean? If I see the lady one bag it, I'm watching everything, man. My dad was a hawk, man. And when I'm at the store, I'm a hawk. And I told her, I was like, I would have double bagged it. I know I would have double bagged it. Like, I just know it. But it is what it is. Tesla ripping right now, folks. We may not have a chance. You know what I mean? But I say, you know what it is? It's going to go to the top, then come back. It's going to take its time. Tesla's, it's going to take its time. All right? I believe you have some good times to DCA. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. I'm a reality TV show of my life. This is what I'm doing. I'm just a trader that does this. I like to do it, you know? So... Yes, yes, and more yes. What a day it is to be alive, folks. I'm super excited to be here despite this insane price action. Okay. Funny. So there we have it. Let's take a look at one more other thing. I want to look at the total market cap in all of cryptocurrency. And look at that bounce back to the upside, folks. They went and got anyone who did a late short on that big-headed short. I tell you, Look at this. They even show. Look at I just saw, actually. This was the play. The smaller time frames, look, that was a shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder, shoulder, and we did dump. Didn't go the whole measured move, but we got a pretty good move down there. Now we ripped it right back up. I'm still inside the long trade, folks. I don't know what to tell you. And the only way you'll find out whether I win this trade, if you join the Discord, go to CryptoLifer.com to find out more. Go to CryptoLifer.com. It's pretty simple. You go to any tab on your website, type in CryptoLifer. All right. CryptoLifer.com. Hit the subscribe button at the top right corner to get into the subscriptions. And it's going to show you what's happening now, right? $99,270 or $999 to jump on in today. All right. And I'm here every single day. I haven't taken a day off in a long, long time. I'm up late. I go to bed early. I'm up early, go to bed late. And I'm always kind of giving you guys, and I give you a video update in the morning that you already received that in the Discord. So, man, I'm looking for this to possibly break out here. And I know it seems strange, but there's supportive resistance. There's a lot of things that are telling me that this thing could come through for me. And so I've got this cup and handle of the 15. I got the cup and handle on the 4 hour, and it's just telling me not to let go just yet. Not to let go just yet. I seen that, Billy. I seen that. Nice job, man. I'm looking at it right now. What a boss, man. And I pray that pans out, except for like the Adam call that did not everything, right? Aha, I get it. So you're borrowing off the mortgage. All right, so some people are getting 3% to borrow off the mortgage to buy Bitcoin. Ooh, I see what you're saying. He's like, you already made 20%, all right. He's like, you've already done it, baby. Hey. So let's go over it yet again. You could trade on MEXC if it's applicable in your area. Apparently, US and Canada, you might have some problems. If you're already in, I guess some people are okay. I don't know how it works. But they do let you withdraw, even if you're a non-KYC. You'll say, this is who I am. And they'll say, okay, you're in a country we don't, but here's your withdrawal. And you'll submit a withdrawal application, and they'll let you withdraw your money. That has been verified by everybody. So everything's going to be okay. You know, people were getting a little antsy the last few days. And things were getting crazy, but MEXC is letting, for anyone doing MEXC block and withdrawals, asking for KYC, I took the gamble and submitted the withdrawal application, which got approved. Even with me using a prohibited USID, once the application was approved, I was able to withdraw all my funds. So, and again, it's only eight people of thousands of traders that I know on there, so it's not a big deal. All right? Just pressure whilst to state and kiss your beautiful wife and tell her you're sorry that it happened. Don't sweat the small stuff, because it really is, man. 100%. 100%. Palantir pumping, pound, very dangerous and dark company with AI. It is 100%. It is. It shows shady. It chopped the same way, then it ripped up. Yep. AXBT of the 5-minute. Let's take a look at Turbo. Someone asked me about Turbo. And I always look at Deck Screener when I do that. I saw the D and I thought it was Deck Screener. Funny. We'll look at Turbo here on Deck Screener for you. I love the coin. It was the guy who made it never knew it was going to get big. He was an artist. The story's beautiful. I'm just not in love with altcoins, man. Is it really back to 140K? Oh my gosh. Remember when Turbo was like a real coin with a big market cap? Didn't it have like $1 billion market cap or something? Wow, look at this. Look at these things just never. I really don't even want to look at Turbo right now, man. He's like, it's starting to get above the moving averages. Man, I'll look at it here on MEXC because it's like the chart's just too small there. But I gave you a Tesla call whether people paid attention or not. People are going to come back years later and realize, man, I never stopped and I always made it happen, man, no matter what. I wouldn't chase any of these little coins. You could say, oh, maybe it's making an Adam Eve double bottom and I'm going to catch the bottom and Turbo's going to come back. All the memes are going to come back again, and they may. And I may eat my own words, but I just think it's too risky to even believe in that. I'd rather swing trade it once it gets healthy. So that's my new thing. I used to try to catch the bottoms of every altcoin. I was somewhat good at it, but then when it got too risky, it hurt me a lot. So then I said, I got capital, I got cash flow, I said, the worst thing I can do is over risk when I don't need to. I said, so what can I do? I said, well, I can wait for the market to get frothy and then I can make heavy swing trades. And that made the most sense to me. You see what I'm saying? So that's kind of what I do now. Instead of trying to buy the bottom, I want to make sure the bottom's in. Let's get a big pump. Let's get a retrace. And let me get that next pump. And now I have the capital to go way harder than I could before. So before I had to put 5 to 10 grand in and try to 50x. Now, when the coin rips again, I could put 100 grand and make 100 grand in a couple days instead of waiting to 10x 10,000. See, like, it's changed for me again, 100%. I've changed the way I trade altcoins because of that. That doesn't mean I'm not going to find them for people that want to do their 100x and 50xing. I'll always be grinding. And when I see the positional size and I see the ability to take advantage, I'll do it. But right now, I'm definitely less risky than I used to be. I do think AAVE is interesting right here on the 4-day, 3-day chart being very oversold. Definitely looks like it could be a huge bottom for AAVE. High risk might now, but it's a real project with real assets. And I could see people jumping on in. Maybe it's long shot, but Turbo would do numbers when it moons. It's possible if you have the guts to get in. I don't. And you might be right. Yeah. It was the best meme coin when it came out. It was, I mean, a lot of them did, though. We had a lot of good movement. Bitcoin struggling yet again to stay above 74,000. Rejecting now. And look, now we could be making the bear flag that I talked about. And it looks like, you know, I am leaning short. I can't believe I didn't get into a short yet, though. Something's telling, I'm confused why I didn't short yet. I guess my subconscious mind is telling me to wait. But like this tells me the 21's going to reach, and then, yeah, it's telling me that the short is coming for me, man. That the short is coming for me. We look at Bookmap, and it's now got a big old bar of liquidity down there, and it wants to take us down to 70K now. You see that? It's like in the middle. There's one at 76, there's one at 70,000. It's in the middle right now. It could go either way, but it definitely has liquidity to 70,000. The measured move here is 71,400. Keep battling this $73,700 level. It's like doesn't want to budge around here. Look in the last 5 minutes, the range has been so tight. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 30 minutes, the range has been tight. All right. Double bottom with a 5-minute time frame. Possible. Like there, 1, 2. Yeah, that's a possible double bottom right there. I see what you're saying. Bear div of the 4 hour is pushing the 1 hour to the 200 SMA. Let's see. He says bearish div. Yeah, I see what you're saying because you had a swing up. Then that's bearish divergence, but it brings you right to the previous support as resistance level, which you have here and here. You didn't break it just yet. And you said pushing the 1 hour to the 200. I don't know, because we have the 50 holding and price getting tight, I could see this just getting really tight. The moving average are suggesting that we're going to do this. We're just going to get tight in here. We're still going to break out. I see maybe one little right shoulder here, dippage. I'm still kind of leaning that somehow this is going to rip. I don't know why. It's very odd for me to say because it looks more bearish, but something is leaning that could pump. Yeah, I'm not just ready to swing into the short just yet. There's something telling me to be careful. And I'm just waiting. I deliver new Teslas. That's so cool, man. You must have fun doing that. I heard they're like being in a microwave. Is that true? I heard driving a Tesla is like not the best for you. I actually love Elon and I love Tesla, so I don't even like saying that. I think Teslas are cool. I don't own any, but I think they're cool. They're pretty fast. I drove one a couple times. They are fast. You hit that acceleration, they can whip. I don't know if they're as fast as my Lamborghini, but they're fast. You know what I mean? Whenever I see a Tesla, I have to blast the loud exhaust in front of them, though. Like, I just have to let them know I am running on gas. I get this, like, I have a chip on my shoulder when I'm in the Tesla, when I'm in the Lambo, when I see a Tesla, I'm always like, prah, prah. I don't know what it is. Something tells me I have to do that, and I do it. All right. No, that was proven not true. Interesting. No, that's not true. I saw someone go near it, and it is true. Yeah. Full self-driving will change your life. I agree with that. My Cadillac can self-drive. It can change lanes and self-drive on the highway, but it can't, it's not going to come to me. I mean, the other day, we were in a parking garage with my friends, and they summoned the Tesla, and it showed up, and their family all got in. You know what I mean? It was amazing. The tread is 50 MA pump on the 4 hour. Yeah. I mean, it might have to be a Plaid that's faster, right? They may be faster, but they'll never be as fun. Right? A fast vacuum cleaner. No inside the cabin. They insulated it really well. Okay, cool. Bullish flag on the 5-minute Sam. Where do you get that data, Jamal? Yeah. Bullish flag on the 5-minute? A bull flag on the 5-minute chart? You mean like this is the bull flag here? If anything, it's a little mini, I don't know. It's so cool how they bounce this, though. See, this would consolidate to a bear flag. Then we take the short. But we didn't get the bear flag yet. It's changed my father's life who has Parkinson's. Now he gets out of the house. Not sure about outside the car, but inside Elon showed the data. Interesting. Just wait till Elon full self-driving model comes to every car. Yeah, I think there's going to be like a downloadable, you know. Exactly. They're all over Miami, everywhere, yeah. Nothing will be more fun than a manual transmission. You're funny. Not sure about the... Yeah. So, look, it does say, yes, in straight acceleration, 0 to 60 in a quarter-mile drag, the fastest Teslas crush most Lamborghinis right now. Isn't that crazy? So, hey, I'm smiling because I'm kind of, like, embarrassed to say that. I'm like, dang. Tesla Model Plaid, which is only 110K, 0 to 60, 1.99. Quarter mile, wow. And the Lamborghini's 2.2 to 2.25, the Revoluto. And that's their flagship hybrid at 1,000 horsepower. And it's 600 grand. The quarter mile is 9.6. It's slight, but Plaid beats or ties the Revoluto. And 9.8 to 9.9 in the quarter mile. The Revolto. I say it funny. Plaid smokes older Lambos like Hurricane Aventador and even beats modeled ones in short sprints. Modded ones, dude. Even the Cybertruck Beast and some Model Y performance variants hang with the best Urus models offline. Look at that, man. Lambos pull away once you're past the 150 miles an hour because they're geared for it and lighter at high speeds. So there you go. All right. So when we get to 150, we're gone. We're gonna, you know, play 200 miles an hour, 2 to 5 guy track package upgrade. Otherwise, 163, and the Revolto goes 220. Right. So eventually, so technically, no. Technically, a Lamborghini is, because if you push it to the brink, the Lamborghini will beat it. So if you were trying to chase somebody, we eventually could go so far you couldn't catch us, right? Because we would accelerate faster into the 150 mile an hour range. Because it has that power. That's good to know. I feel better now. Oof. You know what I mean? I feel so much better now. You know what I mean? I just don't want to, you know what I mean? I can't, like, I just can't. I can't do that. I'm messing with everybody, man. How many people we got? How many beautiful souls we hear on this awesome live stream, man? And I don't know how we do it every single time. I really don't. It's unbelievable. If I can find the right button there. Wow, we still have 1,000 people here on the stream. Thank you so much for the chat revenue. You people are amazing. And I'm still inside the long. Like, there's just nothing else I could tell you that I'm long, and I'm sticking to it. I'm long, and I'm sticking to it. And I still know that I could be wrong, and I'm ready to change it and switch it up. And so I can make money both ways. I'm open-minded so that I can change course if I have to. But, man, come on, baby. Let's get this. Please hit the like button, everybody. I'd greatly appreciate that. Thank you, Lakochi. No car could beat the Tesla coming out of a red light. Exactly. That's the thing. It's spot on coming out the red light. Lakochi, did you get the credit yesterday? I want to make sure you got it. Maybe I didn't send it. Pretty sure I sent it, though. Double check, because I go to do things and then I get distracted by my kids or something, and then I think it's done and it's not done. Usually say thank you, so you probably didn't get it. I'll double check, and I'll make sure I do it today, right now. I'm very sorry, you know. Tesla would smoke the Lambo. At 150, Tesla battery would die in like 20 minutes. It's so funny, man. I longed Magma. Let's take a look at what happened. We just got an alert on it. Just be careful, man. It may not pump. Like, it could dump on you. I just don't, don't take everything I say as gold. It looks good, though. It does look good to me. And it looks like you could pump on a swing trade. I just don't, I'm going to start swinging altcoins again. We're going to start making money back in in 2 weeks, everything could change, man. You're the best. I love to tune into your stream, man. God bless you. Thank you so much. That's nice of you to say. So many nice people here today. Thank you so much, man. I'm focusing on the love and oh, wow, engine. Wow. It just did a 4X, man. I've always liked this coin from the day when it first came out, but wow, that's unsustainable. But Engine Coin just decides to go on a tear. And again, you don't have to, oh, I missed out, you know, it could have been the biggest pump. Maybe, you know. The key now is to wait for this stuff to roll over. Like, that's unsustainable. It goes up a little more, but eventually it's going to have to make another flag, or the daily will have to pull back. But that's a pretty big move for Engine, man. And I don't know why he'd pump, you know. Exactly. Dang it, Jane, how we go down. I don't know about you, but I'd rather the noise of the smell of a combustion engine. Oh, yeah, it's so fun. 100%. Definitely, without doubt. Yeah. Always, baby, always. Nothing better than the sounds. Oh, yeah. A hair dryer has more radiation than a Tesla. I grok it because of my wife, and she was surprised with the grok answer. Interesting. That's amazing. Like, so hey, that's awesome to know, because I didn't want to hear anyone was getting cooked in like a microwave. I heard you don't want to be at it when it's charging though. And a grok maybe grok is made to say that. Yeah, I'm just messing around. But like, would grok ever be anti-Tesla? It's like, Tesla is the greatest thing on earth. I love Tesla. I am grok and I approve this message. And you're like, well, you were made by the same company, grok. In a you know, the same conglomerate, we could say, right? But how does Tesla with the robots, with self-driving, you know, how do they not take over, man? They're going to become the next bigger Amazon over time. Yeah. So here, man, is being in a Tesla similar to being in a microwave? No, being in a Tesla is nothing like being in a viral claim. Comes from people waving cheap EMF meters inside Teslas and saying, look, same reading as standing near a running microwave. It's misleading. He writes AF. I never know he would do that. It's misleading and gets science wrong in 2 big levels. Some testers show spikes of 100 milliwatts per millimeter squared inside a Tesla 3Y, especially floorboards near the battery during hard acceleration. They compare to a microwave oven at 1 to 2 feet away, which is the leakage. Posts from accounts like David Avocado Wolf and Random EMF Warriors call it microwaving your body while you're driving. And those numbers look scary in isolation, but they're comparing apples to oranges. The microwave described vibrate water molecules. No credibility has shown any health harm from sitting in a Tesla or any modern EV. Tesla's own shielding design keeps cabin exposure very low, safer than many gas cars with their alternators and electronics. The microwave comparison is pure clickbait. Still the fastest thing on the line as we talked, and the EMF panic hasn't hurt the stock or adoption. Yeah, want me to pull the actual? Yeah, so hey, that's a pro Tesla quote. I'm supporting Tesla here. I'm telling you that it's amazing. Okay, telling you that it's amazing. Full exposure to 5 million FEMA thief. Ooh, a FEMA thief stole 5 million, dude. Get him out of here. Sheila Cherfilis McCormick should be expelled from Congress for stealing from, and this guy, he's gone. He is gone, right? Yeah, and then there's credible allegations too. I don't want to get into it, man. This is crazy. Anyway, that's for another show. All right, not this one. I'm still inside the trade, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to let it cook, and I'm either going to win it or lose it and keep my emotions out. You know, this predicament of trading has panned out for people that don't go crazy. Like, you just got to stay calm. Look, this also looks like a head and shoulder pattern. I could see this thing go down, man. I'm not, you know. But, like, there wasn't much money to be made today during the stream. We didn't, look. I'm in pretty heavy, $800 at 30x leverage at the $27,000 trade. For average person, it's pretty big. For me, it's 1/5. I get it. Exactly. Should I watch my water boil with my nose up in the mic? I don't know what you're saying, man. But yeah, I'll be watching this. And the fact that it didn't dump yet, you figure that was the right shoulder. It looks like it's starting to look like a short squeeze to me. And then remember the 4-hour time frame that we looked at together? Dude, look at this. You see the inverted head and shoulder there? It's not perfect, but I see it. There's a shoulder, a head and a right shoulder, I could see this thing moon back to the upside. I really could. Get back above 74. Beams are heating up. How about a sweet trade from 75 down to 69 on the daily? Exactly. Gas tank exploded. 64 was the first year that you used side-by-side headlights. And you don't want to be in the battery dies because you can't unlock the door. So the battery dies and you're inside the car, you can't get out? Oh, there's got to be a manual. I think there's a manual. There's a manual. I read there's like a little thing you could pull somewhere, no? Market makers are ready to push Bitcoin. I mean, we got this big liquidation at 76,000. It's a little closer than 70,000. You know, it's about 2,000. So I'm just sticking to the trade, man, and I could be wrong. I don't know. I'm staying long, though. It was hard to do this entire time, but I stayed long with y'all. You think we could see Bitcoin below 60K again? I don't think. I just look at the charts. It's definitely a possibility. All right? Exactly. This is a lever. Do you think we could see? That's not true on battery dying. You can't get out. Really? You just can't get out? That's kind of creepy. The cactus skeleton piece you said you liked, it made, if I made you one of those, what color would you like? The one you saw is yellow. Let me talk to my wife first. I don't want you like getting crazy here. But it would be something similar, like a petrified wood looking like, I don't know. It looks pretty cool, man. Keep it pamp, y'all. Dude, let's pamp this puppy to the upside and stop playing games. You know what I mean? We might have found a daily bottom here. And this thing could pump. Watch this flag on the 1-minute time frame. Ooh, it looks like it could. Ooh, the stochastics are not with us right now. But we'll see. I put less faith in them and more faith in the moving averages over time. My car drives me while I'm traveling. You open the screen. No, Tesla has emergency latches. See? Yeah, just carry a piece of porcelain inside. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, isn't that funny? Porcelain, a piece of a spark plug will crack that window. That's what a bum told me one day. Well, a guy that robs cars, he was like, I use a spark plug and it cracked. I was like, oh, that's good to know. Please don't do it to my car. You know what I mean? Like, but that's how they get in so fast. He's like, I can get in and out of car in 30 seconds. You know what I mean? And I bet $1 million. You lock Sammy in a Tesla with a dead battery, and I bet $1 million he'll break out. Thank you, man. Oh, I'm getting out of there. Even with my bad foot. I'll kick it with my bad heel, man. And rip it right out of there. So I couldn't do my due today. We were kind of, they held me tight. They held me very tight, right? And so it is what it is. We're still sitting here just kind of waiting to see what's going to happen, folks. Right? Just waiting. Just waiting. Any trade being taken? I'm in a long right now for Bitcoin. On the 15-minute, I'll show you on a long Bitcoin on the 15. Funny, I didn't know they have USDF now. And even the 1 hour looks like it's like there's just something going on here. I can't explain it, but it's at support or resistance. If it loses support, fine. Then we short it back. If it goes down here, then we short it back down. But right now, it's staying above support, man. So it's telling me that it could go this whole leg too. You see? And that's a cup and handle off support. And the same thing on the 4-hour time frame. So this is kind of what got me going. And that 4-hour closes green, and it's very close to the 21. Right at support or resistance. I mean, and you're getting oversold in the stochastic. Lack of bearish momentum in the MACD. This thing could moon to 79K, man, and catch a lot of people off guard. All right. I bought 200 worth of Bitcoin on spot. When do you think we'll be back to streaming standing up? I don't know, honestly. I don't know. It's a good question because, I love to walk on my foot all day. And so I'd like to give it this 2-hour rest because because my heel still hurts around 10, 6, 7 o'clock. My heel will start to hurt pretty bad. But, I think by the summer, it is sad that I'm sitting down a lot. I miss standing up. Like, it kind of kept me in good shape, too. It kept my Get my butt tight, man. It's so weird. But no, it was good for my gluteus maximus. No one wants to hear that. But it was good for my muscles. I should just say it's good for my all-around muscles, you know. Standing up was better for my back, better for my body. I liked it. It made it feel more like a physical thing I was doing every day. So I don't know how we got excellent job. Side by side lights were so tough. Looking on my goat, right? Looking on my goat. You're funny. I'm short from 75K anyway. Interesting. Birkenstocks are the best shoe for your feet. Look it up. Thank you for saying that. Now they make them out of plastic, though. Right? I unfortunately don't have an arch. My foot, like, no arch, and it's like, dang. I wish I had an arch, right? Keep swimming in the Gulf. Salt water is great for it. I keep doing that too, man. Yep. And I love it, man. That salt water. I was in as much as I could the other day. We just reached 74,000 for the first time in a while, folks. This little flag did break out. Look, I mean, I kind of panned it out for you there. And maybe I doubled down here. Right? Maybe I doubled down. Remember, if you trade here on BTCC, all right, like I like this. Yeah, I'm going to take this trade on BTCC. I might hold off on Bitfunded because I want to give you guys the perfect trades, but this is interesting, folks. It's support or resistance is clear as day, right? And so you don't have to be a genius here. You just trade in support or resistance. That's it. That's all you're doing. And just use proper risk management. So look, this trade right here is a trade that could enter you to get down. And so I'd be looking to get to 79,788. And I'd put my stop at 72,641. And, you know, I've been doing pretty good in this. We took this one from like 39, 38 even. Contract details here. I go like 500, not 14 now. I like that. 432 for 17. So I'm going to take the long here, right here on BTCC. All right. And look, then we're going to click this and make sure it's right there on the open long. And there we're in there. And I got this. You do a trade just like this, you enter to win the Rolexes. So I think it's a great idea. I think it's the coolest gift I've ever been able to give people through my channel. So besides hooking them up with just US Tether. So I find this amazing. So thank you so much, BTCC. It's one of the nicest things anyone's ever done for me. I'm very humbled. And I can't wait to see people wearing it. I can't wait to see the pictures of people like, dude, Sammy, man. I'm just going to be like, bro. And, you know, people put, you know, real rich people put down the Rolex because they got their Pateks, and they're loaded. They're worth $100 million, and they buy, you know, they have $2 million in watches, and I get it. And we'll all get there at one point. But, man, for a middle-class guy like me that just, you know, just getting into it, a Rolex is amazing, man. You know, it's, you know, it's something I saw many men have, and I was never able to grab. So anyway, I got to run out of here, everybody. I'm getting a call right now that I have to take. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you on the flip side.